Hi, everyone.
Hi.
So today is Tuesday. Yesterday we had a story problem, and today we are going to practice our fluency through IXL. Our code for today is UBF. So when you are on IXL on your iPad or on your computer, you have to find the search bar, which has a little magnifying glass, and then you type in capital letters UBF. And it should be the first option that comes up. It's write subtraction sentences to describe pictures. And we're doing 2 digits because that's our standard, and that's what we're making sure that we're practicing, is using 2-digit numbers to subtract. So that's the one I'm going to choose today. And I want to just talk about what we're going to be asked to do. So again, it says write subtraction sentences to describe pictures. So here we have pictures, and they have little emojis, which make it really fun. And what they're asking us to do is look at the picture and really decide which number sentence. We have an option of 4 different number sentences. Which number sentence best describes how they subtracted here? So this is really important because this is a visual representation of somebody's subtraction. So it really shows how they took the time to subtract a number sentence. And remember, this is a strategy we can use in our story problems or in any type of subtraction or addition, or making, like we did today in our number talk, making a number. So here we see some sugar snap peas, it looks like, and we need to figure out what they are subtracting, what number sentence. And I think the first step of what we should do, or what we can do, is look at the amount of snap peas we see in the photograph or in the picture. So if we look at this photograph or picture, we notice that there are in groups. What would be the best way to count this? Because it seems like a big number of snap peas. So how should we count this? It's a little daunting, which means overwhelming. Ms. Rosales, can you give us a suggestion? How should we count this first?
So it seems to me that it is a repeated pattern. So I check to see how many snap peas are in the first row. So the first step was how many are in the first row. So I know there's probably a more effective way of doing it, but I decided to just count one at a time. So I counted 1, 2, 3 until I got to the end. And boys and girls, you probably know the answer before I say it. The answer is
10.
Yes. So there's 10. And then looking at it visually, all the rows look exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
So just going back to how we do counting collections, I started to count on by tens.
Right. So each row has 10. So let's count by tens, everyone. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. 10, 20,
30, 40, 50, 60, 70.
All right. And then, but we have some left over right here. So we have 70 and how many more?
2.
2 more. So then all together we have
72.
72. So looking at these number sentences already, I can see 73 minus 3. We don't have 73, so I don't think this would be a correct number sentence to match. 72. Oh, this one has 72, so that could be a possibility. 71. There's not 71 snap peas in this picture, so that one wouldn't be a possibility. So we have 2 possibilities. 72 minus 1 equals 71, or 72 minus 2 equals 70. So I want us to think really carefully. Which one do we think it is? Is it 72 minus 1 equals 71, or is it 72 minus 2? And when you have an idea, just put a thumb up. Ms. Hernandez, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking it's going to be 72 minus 2.
Okay.
Because we already counted 72 snap peas altogether, and I look at the bottom, I see that they crossed out 2. So that's why it makes me think it's 72 minus 2 equals 70.
And I see Ms. Rosales agreeing with you, and that seems like a very reasonable explanation. So let's choose that as our answer, and let's see what happens. So I'm going to clear this, all of our drawings, and let's get that answer. Let's see, submit. Yay!
Yay!
So we got that answer, and now we have another problem. And for this one, I'm going to ask the teachers and you at home to try to find out which one is the number sentence. We went through the first one together, so now let's try to do this one on our own. When you're ready, teachers, just put a thumb up. And friends at home, remember, you can always pause the video if you need more think time. So which one would be the best number sentence that matches the picture? All right. Miss T, can you tell us which one you chose?
So I chose 36 minus 8 equals 28.
Okay. So 36 minus 8 equals 28. And why did you choose this one, Miss T?
Well, first I decided to count the total number of cookies. I think they're cookies. And so I counted it by row. So I had 10, 20, 30. And then I counted the leftovers in the last row, which I had 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. And so I knew that it was either going to be the first equation or the third equation.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then how did you find out that it was this equation, the third equation?
Then I counted how many were x'd out. So when I counted the number x'd out, I got 8. So I actually moved the 2 on the second row down next to the ones on the bottom in my head. And then I knew that if it's matching that third row, there's 8 because the whole row is 10.
So you did like 10 minus 2 equals 8. Okay. And so let's see if Miss T is correct. So she used a strategy. She counted by tens because she knew that each row had 10 and then the leftover was 6. So 36. So let me clear this and we'll choose her answer. Yay! Awesome job. So boys and girls and friends at home, remember that this is a great strategy to make sure that we are clearly explaining to other mathematicians how we're doing our work. And this one actually is going to ask us to create the number sentence for them. So we're not choosing a number sentence. We're actually going to create the number sentence ourselves. So we're going to try this together and let's see what we come up with. So what should be the first thing we do? Ms. Rosales, what should we do first?
First, we find out the total.
The total, beautifully said. We want to know how many objects or items we have in this picture. So how can we figure out the total, Ms. Rosales?
Start like we did before, count the first row,
Okay.
and then count on from there.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the first row.
Mm-hmm.
So if we have 10 in this row, it looks like they're both they both have the same amount in these two rows. So 10 and 10 more make 20. And then can I count on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay, 27. And let me put that here so that I don't forget. So 27, I always want to start with how many I have first in the total amount first. That's my minuend. So 27, and we're subtracting, but how do we know we're subtracting in this picture? Ms. Hernandez, how do we know we're subtracting?
You count the snap peas that were crossed out.
Yes, so we have snap peas that are crossed out, and that is a representation of subtracting. So we don't want, I know sometimes we try to erase what we're trying to subtract, but that's not showing the other mathematicians that we're subtracting, because they won't know how many you subtracted if it's gone from your paper. So instead, we put X's to show those are no longer there. We took them out. So we are subtracting because we can see those X's on some of the items. So how many are we subtracting, Ms. Hernandez, in this problem?
7 snap peas.
7 snap peas. So we can count it just like Ms. Hernandez did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Beautiful. 7. And what is our answer, Miss T?
Our answer is 20 because the snap peas that are not crossed out are in 2 groups of 10.
Beautifully said. Thank you so much. So let's see if we got the correct answer. Yay, we did. And so those are 2 different things that they might ask you. They might ask you to choose a number sentence or make your own number sentence. And I want to remind you again, it's very important that we're working on this and we're trying to do our best because it shows how we can visually represent our drawing strategy when we do a story problem or when we're showing our work for subtracting a number sentence. So keep up the great work and continue working on this until you get 100 because it's going to help you with your fluency and showing your work in a story problem. So great job and keep up the work. Bye.
Subscribe.